Now, you've probably heard it before. As above, so below. Maybe you read it in some ancient text or heard it on some mystical video. Or maybe you thought it was some sort of magical incantation that only a few enlightened people truly understand. But here's the thing. Most people miss what it actually means. It's not about waving a wand or chanting some words and hoping that the universe will obey. It's about something far more powerful and more practical. The hidden rules that govern how our mind shapes the outer world. In this video, I'm going to break down that Hermetic law clearly, step by step in a way that anybody can grasp. We'll look at how your inner thoughts, habits, and mental structures actually influence the life that you experience. We'll explore why the world mirrors your inner state and why magic, if defined properly, is lawful, and why so many people have been misunderstanding this principle for centuries. My name is Valentine. I began structuring my life around the Hermetic philosophy at a very young age, and now I teach that mastery through this community. This is the Akashic Order, a community that is dedicated to mastery of Hermetic philosophy, as well as structured discipline for systems like Franz Bardon's initiation into Hermetics. This is for the initiates on the path to true inner and outer mastery. And if you're new here, welcome. Now, let's begin. Most Hermetic videos focus on mysticism, symbols, or ritual, and they often skip the psychological side entirely. Today, we're going to flip that. You'll leave with a clear, rational understanding that's not just theoretical. It's something that you can actually see working in your daily life. So where does the phrase "as above, so below" even come from? The earliest known source is the ancient text called the Emerald Tablet, attributed to Hermes Trismegistus, a legendary figure who combined ancient wisdom from both Egyptian and Greek traditions. And this was written centuries ago. And this text isn't a spell book. It was a kind of manual for understanding the structure of reality, both visible and invisible. Alchemists and Hermeticists use it as a tool to understand something very simple yet profound. The world outside of you, the universe, events, and circumstances, reflects what's inside of you. Your inner thoughts, your intentions, your patterns, they all show up some way in your outer life, and vice versa. What happens outside can shape how you think and perceive the world. Now, most modern interpretations focus on the mystical or magical side. You'll see videos promising that if you recite this and meditate on it, that the universe will magically align for you. That's not wrong. It can feel magical, but it misses the practical and observable principle underneath. This law isn't about luck or secret powers. It's about understanding the connection between your inner state and the outer world in a measurable way. Just like the stars, planets, and elements have patterns and laws, so too does your mind and your life. It's not magic, it's human nature mirrored back at us. Now that we know where this phrase comes from, let's break down what it really means. At its core, as above, so below, is a simple way of saying that patterns inside of you, the way you think, the beliefs you hold, the habits you follow, tend to show up in the external world. And the world around you, in turn, shapes how you see yourself. It's a two-way street, a mirror between inner and outer. Now let's call that inner world the microcosm. This is your mind, your emotions, your values, and your structure. The outer world, everything outside of you, your environment, people you meet, and the events that you encounter, that's the macrocosm. The Hermetic law says that there's a reflection between the two. It's not that the universe magically bends to your desires. The world doesn't rearrange itself just because you want it to. What actually happens is your inner state shapes how you perceive and interact with reality. And that in turn determines what patterns you notice and act upon. Think about it this way. If you're constantly critical and judgmental, you'll notice criticism everywhere. People will seem rude, situations will seem unfair, and opportunities will slip by unnoticed. That's not bad luck. It's a reflection of your inner state. On the other hand, if you cultivate clarity, focus, and discipline in your inner world, you'll start to notice opportunities that others miss. Doors will seem to open, and challenges will become manageable. That's not magic. It's the reflection of a structured inner world on your outer experience. Your thoughts and habits shape your outcomes, but your experiences also shape your perception. For example, someone who practices calm, deliberate thinking will see the world differently than somebody reactive or anxious. Two people might walk into the exact same room. One sees chaos, the other sees potential. The difference isn't the room, it's the mind they bring with them. By understanding this, you begin to see that as above, so below is actually a practical principle. Master the inner, notice the patterns in the outer, and act intentionally. It's a law that you can observe, measure, and apply without mystical speculation, simply by paying attention to your mind and your life. Now, let's dive into the science behind as above, so below. The Hermetic law isn't just philosophical. It has a very real basis on how our minds work. Psychologists talk of concepts like projection, cognitive bias, and confirmation bias, all of which show exactly how our inner states shape the reality that we perceive. Projection is the process of seeing in others what already exists inside of us. If you're feeling angry, suspicious, or insecure, your mind tends to notice those traits in the world around you. Cognitive biases, like confirmation biases, reinforce this. Your brain automatically filters information and confirms what you already believe. Essentially, you are a living mirror. Your inner world reflects outwards, and your outer world confirms what you already believe inside. There's a study that illustrates this. Psychologists have found that people with chronic anxiety perceive more threats and dangers in their environment. Two people could walk down the same street, see the same people, and experience completely different realities. One person sees potential danger at every corner, and the other notices normalcy or even opportunity. The difference isn't the street, it's their perception shaped by their inner world. That's as above, so below in action. It's not that the universe is conspiring for or against them. The law works because their perception is structured by the mind. Many teachings present this law as if the universe is magically bending to your inner thoughts. The truth is far more practical and far more powerful. Your mind filters, shapes, and interprets the world. By understanding this mechanism, you will start to notice the patterns, adjust your inner lens, and consciously influence what you experience. So next time you feel frustrated by people, circumstances, or life in general, pause and ask yourself this: what part of this am I projecting? What is my mind noticing, filtering, or creating right now? That simple awareness is the first step on applying Hermetic law practically. Now let's take this a step further and see how the Hermetic elements, fire, air, water, earth, can act as a symbolic map for understanding how your inner world reflects the outer world. And these aren't just mystical symbols. They're archetypes for patterns in thought, emotion, and behavior that show up in everything that you do. Start with fire. Fire represents passion, energy, and impulsivity. It's the spark that drives action. But uncontrolled fire can also lead to chaos or destruction. If your inner world is full of chaotic fire, strong impulses, scattered attention, or unchecked emotions, you'll notice tension or conflict in your life. The outer world reflects that inner turbulence. Next is water, symbolizing emotion, fluidity, and adaptability. Water teaches reflection. A person who cultivates inner water can flow with circumstances, adapt to challenges, and notice subtle patterns in life. If you resist water, suppressing emotions or ignoring intuition, you'll find obstacles feel rigid or unyielding, like trying to push against a river instead of moving with it. Then there's earth, the element of stability, structure, and predictability. Earth inside you creates resilience and consistency. A calm, earth-centered mindset helps you handle life's challenges without drama or chaos. Think of somebody that plans, prepares, and maintains discipline. They rarely feel blindsided because their inner stability organizes their outer reality. Finally, air represents intellect, ideas, and perception. Air mirrors how we process information and communicate it outward. A mind full of clear, structured air notices opportunities, discerns patterns, and creates understanding. Messy air, on the other hand, confused thinking, scattered attention, can make the world feel unpredictable and overwhelming. Now here's the key takeaway. These elements aren't symbolic. They're tools for self-observation. So notice your inner balance. If your inner world is full of chaotic fire, expect chaos on the outside. So cultivate water for adaptability, earth for stability, and air for clarity. The outer world is always reflecting the structure, balance, and energy of the inner elements. Master your inner elements, and you start to see the world respond in kind. So next time you feel frustrated or stressed, try mapping your internal state to these elements. Ask yourself which element is dominant, which is missing. This simple awareness gives you a symbolic framework to apply as above, so below in your everyday life, connecting ancient Hermetic wisdom to modern psychology and personal growth. Now we're getting to the heart of why as above, so below isn't just a poetic phrase. Think of your mind as the blueprint and your outer world as the construction that follows it. The stronger and clearer that blueprint, the smoother the construction. Let me give you an example. Imagine somebody who meditates, reflects, and journals every day. they start to notice recurring patterns in relationships, opportunities that others miss, and mistakes they might otherwise repeat. Their inner attention and clarity don't just make them feel calm, it actively shapes the way they perceive and respond to the world. To an outside observer, that might look like luck, timing, or even intuition, but it's really just cause and effect in action. James Clear in Atomic Habits emphasizes that small, consistent changes in your mind and routine compounds over time, creating noticeable difference in results. Neuroplasticity studies show that the brain literally rewires itself based on repeated thoughts, behaviors, and focus. Every habit you form, every mental pattern you strengthen, is shaping your perception, your decisions, and ultimately your life. The key takeaway? Start with small, consistent inner practices. Reflect, organize, observe, and cultivate clarity. These inner habits compound outwardly. So as above, so below isn't just magical. It's the law of cause and effect. And mastering it gives you far more control over your life than wishing for external change ever could. Now let's tackle something that often trips people up, the idea of magic. In Hermetic tradition, magic isn't about waving a wand or making the universe bend to your will. It's not supernatural. Instead, magic is simply the disciplined, internal application of knowledge about natural law. In other words, it's structured action that aligns inner intent with outer reality. Here's a simple analogy. When a wizard casts a spell, what they're really doing is focusing their mind, emotions, and will in a very precise way, while also following the natural principles of cause and effect. It's like planting seeds in a garden. You can't command the seeds to grow instantly, but you water it, give it sunlight, and tend to the soil. When you align your actions with these principles, predictable outcomes will follow. That's lawful magic. And this is where the Hermetic law as above, so below comes in. If your mind is clear and your intent is precise, the outcomes you produce are more reliable. Magic works not because it breaks the rules of reality, but because it exploits patterns in natural laws that are already present. Chaos cannot be conjured into order by force. For example, let's say that you want to improve a skill. You could wish for it endlessly, but nothing will change. Or you could apply structured effort, study, practice, and reflection. That's magic in Hermetic terms. Intentional action following the laws of cause and effect. Your inner discipline is reflected outwards as mastery. The law isn't mystical. It's observable, measurable, and entirely rational. True Hermetic magic isn't mysterious. It's predictable. It's not about luck, ritual, or secret powers. It's about knowing the rules, aligning yourself with them, and letting cause and effect do the work. By now you can see that as above, so below isn't just theory. It's something that you can experiment with in your own life. Now let's make it concrete with a few exercises that you can try this week. And these aren't mystical rituals. They're practical ways how you can observe how your inner world shapes your outer reality. First practice is to observe your projections in relationships. Pay attention to moments you feel irritated, frustrated, or judgmental. Ask yourself, could this be reflecting something inside of me? For example, if you notice yourself snapping at a coworker for being disorganized, maybe your own inner world is feeling chaotic or out of control. The moment you recognize this, you can adjust your inner state and watch how the external situation changes. Often the tension eases or the interaction flows differently. That's as above, so below at work. Secondly, try journaling inner versus outer patterns. At the end of the day, jot down recurring thoughts, emotional states, and notable events or interactions. Look for connections. Are your moods, expectations, or anxieties mirrored in what you notice happening around you? Over time, patterns will emerge, showing you exactly how your inner landscape is reflected outward. These practices turn Hermetic principles into observable, actionable insights. Third, align your thought structures with desirable outcomes. Start small. Identify one area you want to change. A skill, a habit, or a mindset. Visualize the internal state that matches that outcome. Focused, calm, confident, and take deliberate actions that mirror it in reality. For instance, if you want to improve a creative project, cultivate curiosity and discipline internally. Then schedule structured work externally. Notice how the world begins to respond differently to your inner alignment. Here's the key. Start with small experiments. This week, try mapping one thought pattern to an external outcome. Pay attention, record what you notice, and adjust. Over time, you'll start seeing the subtle but powerful way your inner world shapes your reality. These practices aren't magical. They're practical applications of a law that's been observed for centuries, and they work because you're training perception, attention, and action to align. So let's take a moment and pull it all together so that the principle of as above, so below sticks in a way that you can actually use. First, remember the core idea. Your inner world, the microcosm, reflects the outer world, the macrocosm. Your thoughts, emotions, habits, and intentions shape what you notice, what you attract, and how you respond. Second, projection and perception are key. The way you interpret your external environment isn't just neutral, it's filtered through your inner state. If you're critical, anxious, or reactive, you'll notice tension and conflict around you. If you cultivate clarity, patience, and focus, the world presents patterns and opportunities that support your growth. Third, we explored the Hermetic principle as mirrors of your internal structure. Fire, water, air, and earth are not just symbols. They're archetypes for your emotional, mental, and spiritual states. Balance and mastery of these elements internally show up externally as harmony, adaptability, stability, and clarity. Fourth, practical magic is lawful action. Magic isn't supernatural. It's structured, intentional application of natural laws. Align your inner intent with deliberate action, and your outer reality responds predictably. That's the rational, measurable side of Hermetic wisdom. The universe isn't bending to your whims. The law works because your perception and inner structure shapes your experience, not because magic or luck is intervening. Understanding this flips the old mystical narrative into something that is more accessible, practical, and actionable. To put it in a phrase that you can carry with you, your inner world is a blueprint, and your outer world is the construction site. Build that blueprint precisely, and your outer world will reflect it. That is the essence of as above, so below. It's not a mystical promise, but a practical law that you can see, measure, and apply in your life. Now, if this video gave you a new perspective on as above, so below, and you're curious to take it further, there is a clear next step. I'm creating a series where I break down each step of the book Initiation into Hermetics by Franz Bardon, showing exactly how the principles that we talked about today, inner structure, perception, and intentional action, build into mastery over your mind and your life. So check out the Initiation into Hermetics series playlist. I'll put it in the description and the pinned comments. So far, we've only tackled the theory, but expect detailed overviews of steps 1 to 10 in the book, and we will get more and more in depth until we cover the full initiation into Hermetics. Now also, I want to hear from you. Drop a comment down below if you've noticed any patterns in your inner thoughts reflecting into your outer world. Maybe you caught yourself projecting or saw opportunities arise when your focus was sharp. You'll be surprised how much clarity emerges when you articulate what you've been noticing, and you might even inspire somebody else in the community to notice these same patterns. And remember, mastery isn't just about information. It's about observation, reflection, and deliberate action. So engage with the material. Experiment with these principles in your own life, and connect with others who are doing the same in the comments. That's how these Hermetic teachings can become alive and powerful. So take the next step. Explore the Initiation into Hermetics playlist, and drop your experiences down below. And keep observing how your inner world reflects your outer world. The blueprint is in your hands, and the construction of your life reflects it.